All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Deborah platform with another message. And I will start with several topics regarding warning. I just want to drop some information, and it's run hitter in the days to come, which I would say the winter. I would put it like that. Getting into something that we know not of, but yet know it too shall pass. Shalom, shalom, those that are in the live chat. Glad to see you today. There is some warnings that the Most High has laid on my heart. Um, And when he gives me this information and these warnings, he always let me know, let not your heart be troubled. These things need me. When he says that, that is a form of comforting me to let me know that I know it sounds bad. I know it sounds hard, sad, and wicked and evil and harsh. But Deborah, these things need be. He tells me about how he has seen these things before the foundation of the world. So these things are not something new to him or strange or frightening or scary. He's seeing these to come. And I want to let you all know there's a lot of things hitting the four corners of the world as far as plagues. There are several different kind of plagues similar to what happened in Pharaoh with Pharaoh and Moses. You see the opening because it's happening because of nation of people, and that is not so. That is not so. These things are happening because of what is actually taking place here on the four corners role. Now they're not role playing. This is actually happening. This the wicked. But I hope I'll be okay. It says they reconnected me. So hello everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you all. So the warning is some things that yes, he has laid it on my heart for quite some time, and I just held on to it. So it's a possibility that Sister Deborah can also be hard headed, stiff necked rebellion. My mom said, why is it she knew something that he was dealing with within me, and he would tell me things and tell me about things that's going to happen and what not to do and what to do. And I used to go on my little lonesome, just do it in, my way. So I find that in me even now in this day and time, that things he lay on my heart. And what he's doing is he's saying, write it down. And you know what I do? Or I get around to it. I'm going to be honest with you. When the Spirit of the Most High said, write it down, he's saying that because he noticed something about me as far as me forgetting things. And the things that he's given me is so much. See, Sister Deborah's messed up on the floor. Because if she think for 1 minute what he's giving her is for her, she's lost without a cause. So she needs to get her butt somewhere and sit down and look in the mirror more longer, and start judging herself. She needs to judge herself daily. Because honestly, as I'm saying it to you, I'm thinking how messed up that is. He's giving me information and constantly begging me, write it down, Deborah, write it down. Deborah, I told you this, and get some things corrected within myself. I don't know if you all have the tribe of Judah. Have you probably ain't paid much attention to the way that they're conducting themselves. We cannot no longer say, no, you can't. The heathen is not under his name. Okay? The tribe of Judah is. See the difference? Wouldn't you say that's a big difference in how we should conduct ourselves versus the way they can conduct themselves? What do you think Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob would say unto us today? You see? We are messed up from the floor, and we're walking around. Beasts use it to put on the four corners to show our ugliness. My daughter asked me if she can go to a carnival that was here yesterday on the 4th of what they call July. I don't celebrate and recognize the 4th. As long as Yah give me the breath in my life, he is not going to take a day and tell me when to breathe and when not. Okay? If he give me the breath to breathe and the spirit to keep going, you know what? Nobody tells Sister Deborah what day I should recognize and what day I should not. You know why? Every day is a blessed day. It is a blessed day because Yah has given it to us. Now, we don't have to celebrate these days the way the world celebrated, but it don't mean that we have to go in hiding. It's what's in your inner man, which is is a spirit. See, it's how I am, and I thank the Most High for molding me with the clay a certain way that I don't have to buckle up to the traditions of order. These are holidays of pagan days, but what are you doing any different? What are you doing any different? They on the platform. This is again on the Sabbath day. These people are on this devil platform, gang banging on the Sabbath day, and they a little bit. But let me say this: anytime you argue with your message toward another individual, you see, that's to me, that's gang banging. That's a different part of being in a game. You know, you're on a platform using it. One group is saying something to the next group, and the next group is saying something to the next group in their messages that they feeding you. They said they teaching you. They call themselves teaching you, giving you a message, but in their message, you see the slanging trash. One over on this end said something. It's on the devil platform with the people who said that they are awakening, or we are the children, or we the Hebrew on the Sabbath day. Just listen more to the message and you can hear the gang banging. You can hear them banging against each other, going after each other on the Sabbath day. But yet they tell you that you're not supposed to work. You're not supposed to recognize any heathen holidays. No, those heathen holidays, if they represent evil and wicked, you nothing that's good. It's where you at in your heart. You see, in your spiritual heart. So don't let what they celebrate. I heard my daughter, and I took her to the fair, and I heard her tell her friend, but see, we don't celebrate holidays. We don't celebrate no holidays. And her friend said, oh no, my mother don't celebrate holidays either. You know, she don't believe in 4th of July or anything. And they was like, oh yeah. They were just young girls wanting to go to the carnival that was there. You know, interference, even though I've done that several times on the 4th or nothing like that, but I've taken her places, and her and her friend, we had a long talk about things that's going on in the world, and they was talking about why is it that the young men, they very negative when they communicate with young girls. Why is that? And I began to explain it to them, and I told them that it is not right for young women nor middle age or whatever women to, if a man give you a compliment, I got a boyfriend, leave me alone, or throw your nose up as if he didn't committed a crime. I don't know what's going on with my, I will say this though. So I told my daughter, I gave them a whole sermon, and I took them to the park, and I thought to myself about how the grace of the Most High Yah is a people, because everywhere they walked, Indian, like they was not like, I got to sit down. And I sat back and I watched, even when they were coming to me, it was just nonstop. My daughter is so used to it. She's so used to it. And she addressed people really nice. So Black young men, they approached him. They said, we got to say this here. And they said, you all are so gorgeous. And I thought that was so sweet. They were total gentlemen. You know what I mean? It was the way they approach it. I don't mean any harm. We just want to say this. You all are so gorgeous. And honestly, anything. The reality is that we have children that's out here, males and females, that do represent themselves and conduct themselves in a how would I say it? And what my daughter and her friend reaction toward them even made them feel good, because it's the way they communicate with each other. They weren't trying to hit on each other. They wasn't trying to flirt, and the daughters wasn't the two girls, my daughter and her friend, they wasn't just they just real easy. And the moment they sat on the bench, here come these I don't know what nationality. You ladies are beautiful. I'm like, okay. It just, and they so innocent. They so innocent. They're not caught up in a lot of things that's going on, but they're so innocent. And I pray to the Most High to continue to keep them and let them walk upright before him and seek ye the kingdom of Yah, and let all and any everything else be added unto them. Okay, now the warning is the way that our people are cutting up from the flow up. Now, have y'all heard about what's going on in that took place in Chicago and in other states? Now, this is what I do. I don't go buckling up against y'all anymore about, they keep putting us on the beast keep putting us on media, showing us what we're doing and all the negative we're doing. And then he asked me, the Father in heaven asked me this: are they doing it? Is it right what they doing? And when I was able to say, yes, they doing it, and no, it's well, if they were putting information up there that was a lie, then see, y'all said I step in, then I can say. But he say, but everything that the beast is putting on the four corners is truth. So when we're thinking they're gonna be hating us for his name's sake, no, that's the chosen. The chosen gonna be hated for your name's sake, but our nation is gonna be hated because of the ugliness that reside within us, the sin, the wicked, the hating, everything that we're out here cutting up from the floor up with. That is not gonna be considered for Yah's name's sake. They're gonna hate us going and coming, because when I sit back and I watch the news and I see all this stuff that's going on, true or not, the beast is making it known that we're doing this, but we're doing that, and not really telling the world all the other races that's doing even more. But y'all say, but Deborah, are they doing it? See how just the Most High is. See how righteous he is. He's willing to say to us, wait a minute, Deborah, you talking about they doing this, but are they doing this? See, and that's where we at. We making right wrong and wrong right. We're making them wrong for putting this on the media, but make ourselves right for cutting it up from the floor. All the killing and the shooting that's going on, I'm saying, started from yesterday to today, to why I'm on right now. If you get on there and you see what we're doing, why do we have to represent Yah that way? Why do we have to represent Yah that way? Well, that's what we do when we get on this devil platform and portray we the Hebrew Israelite, we the chosen people of the Most High Yah, and then look what we doing out here. You want me to tell you what the Spirit told me today? And this is a warning to everybody that's out here trying to cover up their nation's sin. Yah said, not only are you covering up their sin, you're not confronting their sin. It's called just and justice. It's called righteousness. We're not stepping into our own people, telling them, no. We represent the Most High Yah. Our name is under him. Why are we out here doing that? You ain't gonna hear them. You ain't gonna hear them come on this devil platform and tell you this is what we need to do. We need to stop. We need to communicate to those who are continuing this wicked and this evil. We need to touch them in some way with something. But we can't touch them without the Ruach HaKodesh. We can't touch them without that. Why? Because when you accept Yeshua HaMashiach, he usher in HaMashiach, the Ruach HaKodesh, into your bosom, and then shall you receive the power. These people on here, they think they got power because they hooping and holler, and got no power to do nothing but hoop and holler on the devil platform. So what we need to also work on is trying to convince our people to not do unjust and what is unrighteous. Let's set an example. I almost got in trouble, you all. I almost got in trouble this past week. I was at a yard sale at 7 a.m. Okay, that's what I purchase to put into my store. And 7 a.m, here this brother come pulling up in his car, his little truck. And music blasting in an area that no blacks live. But his music is blasting so loud. You think that didn't embarrass me? That made me feel so bad. And then he parked illegal, the wrong way, going cat a corner to block the whole ladies' drive that was having the yard sale. And he jumped out the car, left his door wide open, and then had nerve to turn to look at me. And I said to myself, this man, and I looked at him so bad. I did. I looked at him so harsh. But why would you, and left his door wide open, music blast. This is the mindset of our people. And we want to make them right and make everybody else wrong. When y'all sending a warning, if you are not confronting your own people, you cannot represent him. You are not of him. If you can't confront unjust, unrighteous, but yet you can confront it when they take a life of a young man that just robbed the bank, then you'll confront, oh, they killed our people. They killed, but then you never look at the lifestyle. No, that shows you. They never look at the lifestyle that individual was living or what that individual was doing the day before he passed away. And that's what a lot of people got murdered, got shot by the cop, got shot by some. We don't look at stuff like, we look at, oh, he's out, look at our color, oh, he our people. They done it. It's something about us not having righteousness and just within us. And y'all is saying we need to have righteous judgment. That's what he's saying. We need to really stand on what is a righteous judgment. Did you know that he says that you all can give righteous judgment if it's right? And that's beautiful, because that's saying that don't be afraid to judge situation for what it is. It's not if it's black or white. Is it right? Because that is what is in the bosom of Yah. Is it right? Is it just? Is it justice in me? So we need to start seeing situation and judging it at that level and stop judging it. Oh, they killed our people. They did this to our people. What have your people done for you lately? Outside of being out here, like in Chicago. Now, this was a day. Let me tell you what happened. Yesterday, when I went and took my daughter to the carnival, her and her friend, I have never in my life seen that many people out there. Nobody had masks outside of some black people, but you had every race on the face of the earth, even Africans. Everybody was out, but guess what? Everybody was respecting everybody. So I sat there and my oldest daughter said, you sat on that bench for 4.5 hours? I said, I sure did. Because I was looking at it and looking at it in a spiritual sense. Father, look at all races. They sitting here getting along. Nobody's fighting. Now, yes, our people's up there cutting up and men with their pants hanging down to their knees. How do you think I feel? I'm in that environment where all nationalities, and here it is, when you come see our black men, their pants all the way down to their knees, and they barely walking, because that's how this is what I'm saying. That's not just. That is not of Yah. So we can call them Hebrew Israelite, and they're the children, but you all better watch yourself calling any and everybody the Most High's children, because the children are spiritual. Okay, it ain't what y'all think in the flesh. Okay, his children are spirit. Okay, they have a spirit in them. That's what he called, just like his seed. A lot of us think the seed is a flesh seed, is a sperm or a seed of a, no, it is spirit. That's why they don't understand the serpent getting his head crushed and the heel of the man. I'm not the heel of the woman's seed is going to be bruised. They don't understand it. It's spiritual, y'all. It's not natural. So when I get out here and I see it good, it's just everywhere I go, I see our people. And it felt good to see them out there. And yes, the women was dressed a way that I wouldn't even send. Oh, I wouldn't send my people out. Mothers and grandmothers, and the way our people was dressed, it was off the chain. And I just sat there. Like I said, my oldest daughter asked me, Mama, you've been out here a long time, 4.5 hours. And she said, sitting. China said you were sitting right here. Yes, I was, because I was shocked in what I was seeing. I marveled what I saw. But let me tell y'all what the outcome of me sitting there was. I'm sitting there on this bench for 4.5 hours in the flesh, strictly in the flesh. But guess what was going on? A spiritual message. A spiritual message. Now you see how peace it is now. That's a part of the warning today. It's going to act up from the floor up. And that's going to come this winter. They already got that prepared. And let me tell you what they're coming with. They're coming back with another round and control, just to get the full gain of the end time parts. That means they're gonna come another route to make you think out of fear and out of control. They got to get enough of these people vaccinated. They got to get enough shots. And honestly, I'm going to tell you what the Spirit told me. They're running around saying they got 100, not 100, but 1,000, a million or more people vaccinated. That's a lie. That's a lie. They don't have as many as you might not understand that they have. They don't have as many. He said they did the same thing when the lives were lost in the virus, when they were saying that many people died. All that was a lie. It was always a lie. I knew it was a lie anyway, but you can't convince people, because people are caught up in the fear and the control of the beast's right hand. So he was given that. He was given that to portray his whole role, to get everything to walk Yah's word out. So I'm going to let you all know, come winter, fear and control is going to be a high. And it's going to be worse than what we experienced before with this here whole COVID and vaccine and all. It's going to be worse because they want to nail it this time. And that's why, if you wonder, this time, first time they started off, and this was the plan, we'll start off China and United States and let it blend in. But this time they came on the other end, Russia, Iran, and they caving in on us though. But this new Delta thing that's going on, a virus, they say it's going on, and it's coming on into us. But that's how they're going to do it. See, they bringing us into one, and they came from China, and then United States with the last one, and this one they came from the other end, and now they branching it in, and they coming in. And I think this one here, I think they're going to get more, just as many people fear and under the control to be able to get the vaccine fully at the peak of where they're trying to. And what it has to do with is eliminating the population so they can control and put everything into a one world system and control. They can't do it with this number of population in the United States, China, Russia, and all of them. They can't do it with that many people. We can overpower them. So now they have to work extra hard destroying us. And they come in this winter. So I want to say to you all, get ready, get yourself ready for this winter. Because when Biden said, I think he called it a dark winter or a black winter. I think he said a dark winter. He meant that. But see, when people didn't understand, he wasn't talking about the winter that just passed. He was talking about the one that's coming. So, and another thing, if we have people who are out there that are prophets and prophetess, they need to stop bringing these prophecies that they're saying. They need to stop it. They really do, because none of it is carrying any anointing of wanting people where they at today. You know what I'm saying? It's too much on these platforms, this YouTube and Facebook, Patriots, and all of them, that's not giving people any hope for what is about to come. It's just giving them vain, oh, thank you, Father, yeah, vain and that's information, that they could just hear in one ear and go out the next, hear in one ear and go out the next. So what Yah is saying is that be aware of people who's coming to give you a prophecy of different people that's doing things, and movie stars, and they doing this and they doing it. Yah is not caught up in that, because it's all vain and vax. Let me tell you how. It's identical to the world. It's covering up what they doing by giving you other information. To me, it's just like even binding them in the system, constantly talking about a stimulus, constantly talking about giving people this and giving people that, or open up the borders. All of that is to throw your focus off of what you need to be preparing for. Now, when you prepare, don't prepare, you all, in your inner man. Trust Yah with that. Okay? Prepare on your outer being, meaning prepare from your flesh level. Let Yah prepare from your spiritual level. But you have to make sure you in that light now, y'all. Y'all got to get in that light. You got to walk in that light, have your head up and walk in that light, stay firm in it, and know that he is who he is every day. Judge yourself. The Bible says judge yourself daily. And it works really well, because then if you go to the mirror every day, when you wake up and when you go to bed, you go to the mirror and you judge yourself, guess what? He said, no man shall judge you. That is so true. That is so true. They can't judge you because you already put the judgment out before you. So no one else can judge you. And then you start to realize I'm living and nobody is saying the things they once said about me. They ain't what? Because you already didn't judge yourself. So it's nothing they can say. And that's what he's saying. Take out time, look in the mirror, judge yourself daily, and judge your nation daily. Don't sit and think because they the Hebrew Israel like they going somewhere. You see what I'm saying? They all this and that. No, they ain't. They're going to be left right here on this land like they did when they was over in the wilderness. Then they stayed there. Now their offspring came to the promised land. And see, that's another thing they do not teach you all. Yah kept his promise to Abraham. Y'all, come on now. He kept his promise to Abraham. Why you say that, Deborah? Did not he take the children of Israel to the promised land and gave them everything? He did. They made it there. They were settled down. They had everything. They was the richest land on the face of the earth. They had everything. Beautiful land. So he did fulfill it. That's what we need to stop waiting for him to take a people to the promised land as if he didn't already fulfill that. That's where there's an error. Because see, we are not looking at the idea that, wait a minute, didn't he did take them, they did make it to the promised land. It's what they did when they got there. You see, and that's what people don't understand. He don't have to again take you, and he ain't taking you. He taking a small remnant in which he has already prepared before the foundation of the world to take them over there to fulfill it to the end. You see, he gave them the promised land, just like he told Abraham. And another one is, so I'm telling you all, be ready for the winter that's coming. They coming with a different it's called Delta virus, and it's the same identical thing. It's to get you to the point where you have fear and they have control. They got you fear and they have control over you, and they're going to do it successfully. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. And it's coming, and it's going to be different. It's going to be worse, because they got to do it to where they make sure everybody is vaccinated. And now they saying that those that are Delta is not going to affect them. Stop lying. Stop lying. That new virus, it ain't gonna affect those who got their shot already. Stop lying. Stop lying. That's because you're trying to get the other what, millions and millions shot up. And they even took all, let me tell you something else. They took all the vaccines, not all of them, but I'm just saying just that many, over to other countries to give to the people in the poverty communities. Why there? You see, it's one thing I like about the Most High. He has made everything so clear that we can see it with our natural eyes. And the reason why a lot of you all can't see it is because you're walking in darkness. Just imagine trying to walk where there's no light. You think you're going to see? No, you're not. You have to have the light of Christ resting in you to see these things. So it makes me understand, Deborah, it's not that you're seeing it because you're seeing it. And that is true. If seeing it because the light that rests therein of Christ that rests in me and it's greater, it is allowing me to see it for what it is. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, so get ready for the dark winter. It's coming. It's coming. They're erasing the money, as you see. They always saying they're short on coins and stuff like that. And I'm like saying, what are these people talking about? Oh, they got every reason to prove to you that they're going into these different stages of life, of not having this, or we need to do this in this country. And it's going to be so many different things. It's going to go really fast. Come January, things going to start spiraling down, and it's going to go really fast. And before you look up, you ain't going to even be able to look up. So it's best now to prepare yourself and know that you have the light. It's no different than the 10 virgins. 5 had and 5 didn't. Same thing. See, a lot of people don't understand. Even the movies that they have shown us throughout time, they were always some warnings. Always warning. I was listening to this man. He always bring up James Brown, and when I try to give him something biblical, he said, "But James Brown said this," and he'd bring the song. And you know what? A lot of the things James Brown was saying was a warning unto us. See, that's what I love about the Most High Yah. He said he'll have the rocks to cry out. He said he had a donkey to speak. So how is it we gonna let somebody tell us we need to shut up? Do that make any sense? So when James Brown was talking and in his songs, he was sending so many messages about what the underground power were doing to him and others in that area. I was like, wow. And I said, you listen to this music, these 50, 60 years, you can't discern it? You can't see what he's saying? No, I didn't know that's what he was saying. Now it's deep. All that time, James Brown, he been following James Brown. He didn't understand that a lot of things that James Brown was saying was sending a message to us. Just like they said the movies, what is it, Transformer, Matrix, and all these, a lot of these, what we've gone through and who we are as they've been doing that for years. So James Brown has been singing songs that gives us messages toward what the beast was doing all the time. He even got a song that has to deal with the beast. But what is it that the people listen to the music because they listen to it in their flesh? They took the part of his music and they used it for their flesh. But Yah say in the last days, that which is in the dark shall come to the light. And I thank him for that. I thank him for that because it has been such a excellent helper for me to see the darkness come to light. Oh, it just does something to me. It's something else they're doing. Another warning: the weed that they're allowing people to legally buy. A family told me this 3 years ago, but it's really deep now. But they were saying that they've been in Denver all their lives and they ain't never seen it like it is now. On the highways, people laying out on the streets, on the corners, even in the nice areas, because that was one of the main states that they had passed the law that is making it legal to purchase this weed. Now, when they making this stuff for medical reasons or whatever they are calling it, they're lacing it, child. Don't trust a system of this world to give you anything to make you better, to make you feel better. Even our food we eat, even the water we drink. I got water right here. And you know what I do? I boil water. I boil water and I put them in containers and put them in the freezer. I'm in the refrigerator. I mean, it's just something I do. Now I know I can't keep myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's nothing I can eat or drink that gonna keep me. But I can tell you something that will keep me. And that is the Most High Yah with his right hand, Christ. A keeper and a keeper. So I don't trust in what I eat or what I drink. But I tell you one thing I definitely trust in, and that is the Most High Yah and his right hand, Christ. So what happening is the government approved what they laced. See, they putting chemicals in that to take the minds of the people. And from not only from Denver, I've heard that a lot of people strung out. I heard Georgia. I heard a lot of people in New York. A lot of people who is taking this legal weed is going down here, and nobody's saying a word. That's what amazed me. How many things that is taking place, and nobody says anything. Nobody is caught up in nothing that they are doing and how they're doing and how the system is setting you up. And I'm gonna tell you, the currency, he said that's going to change. That's to get the whole everything in. You know what? Oh, the Most High wanted me to say this as a warning. Those that really believe that he is who he said it is, I'm not talking about what man said he is, but that he said it is. We need to show our actions needs to match who we serve. Does that make any sense? Anybody in the live chat, do that make any sense? Our actions should match who we serve. Let me cut this here thing off. I think something is burning. Our actions should match who we serve. Let me do this here. Sorry about that. But our actions, wouldn't you think that our actions should match who we serve, who we represent? Don't you think that people should be able to look at us and say, surely they are the children of the Most High Yah? You see, I think that we should match what or who we serve. We should represent him in a way that when people see us, you know why? Did not he say that your light should shine to the world? The world's supposed to see it. That's him. He's telling you that's how we should walk, with that light to where the world can see us. And that is his ways. We represent him. You know what I'm saying? And do you think that we're doing that? Honestly, can we actually say that we are representing Yah? And this is something he told me to put down in the warning. It's time for us to show the world. It's time for us to show the world who we serve, who we represent. And not these clowns who call themselves the Hebrew Israelites. We're supposed to represent the Most High Yah. Why can't we do that? So the world can see. It was said that it's going to come a time they're going to look at us and they're going to say, oh, you are the children. And that our fathers have lied to us. So I thank the Most High for that, because I know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do, y'all? That's when he's going to turn things upside down in those that's going to be the small remnant. You see, he's going to turn it inside out and upside down and get it right, put right in it in every way. So when they see them, they're going to already know from what they're going to look at, and they're going to behold who they are. But I feel that if we're going to not be prepared. Now, we're not going to be the ones that go over. Why not make the best of it while we're here until we sleep? I think that's the best deal, y'all. I mean, I know y'all said this lady is crazy, but I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the best deal. Why not make the best of it? Why not just let the world see who we are in him? Oh, no, we ain't going. We ain't going to no promised land, but why not? I know a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to accept, but let me tell you something. He got too many other issues that's going to be taking place. You're not going to even be the age to even think that you're going somewhere over there. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be living that long. You see, so it's going to be done, but it's going to be a different generation. You see, it's going to be a different generation. That same generation is going to have some issues. That's why he said he's going to clean them up. Tell the blind, I know you can see, but you come on here. You can't see in the spirit. Come on here. He going to tell the deaf, come on here. I know you got the natural ears, but you ain't got the spiritual ears. Come on here. Let me clean you up. Put a new heart in you. Put my name in you. See, he's going to do those things. And when he do those things, that's when the heathen's going to see. And they're going to look upon them and say, oh, you are the truly. Yes, after y'all clean them up. But as we are where we at today, another warning. You ain't going to the promised land. I wonder, did Moses have to say that much? I think he did. To the people that didn't make it. They all died out in the wilderness. Because we ain't. As we stand today, as I live, let me tell you, you ain't going. So if you want to keep on packing your bags and role playing and wording things, saying Yah and misleading people and guiding people in the wrong way, go right ahead. But I'm going to live it to the utmost in which the Most High Yah knoweth. Like I tell him in my prayer every night, help me to be the best that you know that I can be. For I know not, but thou know all things. Because if he left up to me, I don't know the best of what he can bring out of me, but he does. And that's all I want to do is to live to please him. And I know a part of that has to do with also dealing with the orphanage, the fatherless, the widows, giving to the poor, the hungry, and that, you know, and visiting the sick and going out to the prison. See, these are situations that we as women also will be instilling in our men. We need to do this. We need to do this. This is how we need to represent, because they will never have a heart to do those things I just spoke to you. You all didn't know that, did you? They would never have the heart nor the mind to do those things that Yah said that represents him on the earth. The widows, the orphanage, the fatherless, feeding the hungry, taking the homeless, taking care of the homeless, visiting the prison, visiting the hospital. A man's mindset in this day, nowhere near it. They won't touch it. They won't touch the rim of that. They won't even touch one of them and give them to the poor. They won't touch one of them because their mindset is this is something in a woman that can prepare them in that area to make them feel, oh yeah, we need to. See, that's where he meant when he said, help me. Okay, this help and this help come to eat together. They meet to do the will of Yah, not the will and the pleasure of man. That's crazy. It's to meet to do the will of Yah, and that's it. Why, Deborah? Because he said everything was created for him, and was nothing created that was created that is not for him. So everybody, while we thinking this is for him and this is for her and this is for my children, this is for people messed up from the floor up. They all caught up in themselves when they think that, I can take this thing and shelter minds, and minds is not going to be like the world. Yes, it is, because y'all going to bring that word straight into your house. We cannot go around his will. Hallelujah. Now, where did that come from? We cannot go around his will nor his power and think we can come in another way. We all got to go in through that door. We all got to suffer great things. We all got to endure things. That's why you see how they talk about how the rich people, they unhappy, they not happy. You think they would, because the same door we have to go in and suffer through, they do too. They just go in a different way, but suffer, the feeling is still the same. That's why we need to stop this thing about different race and playing this race game, because with the Hebrew Israelite movement, they also don't understand. They are racist as well. I'm going to be honest with you. Because from what I heard from the Most High Yah, he grafted the Gentiles in them in many ways. A lot of them are going to be gunning. You see, so but we're still racist. But guess what that started, child? You know why we are racist? Y'all don't know why we're racist. Let me tell you why we are a racist nation of people. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. If you go back to your word and you see how many times he put you in captivity, your people in captivity, and if you see how many times your people were in the promised land and how they treated the strangers, always did them the same way the heathens do them today. And that's why I try to tell you all need to trust what Yah say. And that's another warning. Trust in what he say, not so much as what they say. When Deborah, how can I trust what he say? Because it says this and it says that, but it also says when the Ruach come, it will teach you all things. He didn't say that book was going to teach you all things. He didn't say that. He didn't say it even before the Ruach came. He didn't say it. He said the Ruach would teach you all things, because it's coming to make the anything that's in you that's struggling, that's not right or whatever, it come to straighten all that up. And anything that has the power to do that, you better watch yourself and know what you're talking about, because that is, let me tell you something, you can't overpower that, you see. So even with that being said, a lot of things that's we are going through. Oh, another thing. I was talking about a lot of the plagues are taking place on the four corners of the world, and they are taking place a great deal. I had to make sure I see that, and I see it on my paper here, and I wanted to make sure that you all understand that. Take heed to what the plagues are actually taking place on the four corners. So know that the doors is cracked. That means it's going to open, and you don't want to be left on the other side of it. You want to be able to walk in. Okay, so get yourself in order. Get your house. And this body you in here is not your house. It's a house inside of you that returns to the Most High Yah. Not this on the outer man, but what's in the inside, which is your spirit man. Talking trash. Try to, he wants you to try to stay away as much as you possibly can from a lot of talking trash. And what talking trash is, a lot of vain and vax, things that's vain and vax, you can easily get caught up in. You can really easily get caught up in a lot of trash. You really can, because you'll be like, oh, well, yeah, I heard that too. And yeah, they said that. Yeah, I saw that on the news. And yeah, they doing this. And oh, yeah, they doing that. Trash. Things that doesn't make any difference. Let me tell you something else that happened when I took my daughter to the park yesterday. And the reason why I didn't want to leave my daughter, her and her friend didn't even know I was coming. They didn't know I was coming. I said, no, too much is going on. I'm not going to leave these two 18-year-olds in this park with all these people. And they just as innocent, y'all. I mean, as innocent. It's like the 18-year-olds 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, I ain't going to say that, because even back then, he said what they were doing back then is the same they doing today. They just try to cover it up today, making today worse than yesterday. He said it's the same. It ain't no different. But I didn't, because my oldest daughter's supposed to have word to pick her up. And I said, I don't know if she's going to be able to do that, because, you know, she takes, my oldest daughter don't believe in she don't celebrate the 4th as well. But she was supposed to pick my daughter and her friend up, and I just didn't feel comfortable with that either, because there's just so many people out there. How would y'all connect? No parking, and she's going to wait till midnight hour to come get you. And it's just, so they was happy that I was coming with them. But I wasn't with them. I was just sitting on the bench. And as I was there, I seen so many, many white men with black women. So many. I know that exists, that heavy. I didn't. So many black women with white men, and they had their babies. And these white men were in this park, and it had to been like 75% Caucasian people in this park. But the way that these white men were detached to their black women blew my mind. It blew my mind. I mean, the way that they were acting and conducting themselves, they knew eyes were on them, but they didn't care. You hear me? And the way that they were, it's just the way that they were. Because I sat, the first I was on the grass sitting down, and I saw one couple, and they had a son, and him and her, they made sure they didn't let go of them. You know what I'm saying? That's just to ensure that, I got you, baby. I'm here. We here. And then, you know what? The Spirit came to me and he said, Deborah, people look on the outer appearance, and I've told them over and over and over and over. They want to represent this Hebrew Israelite movement and all this and make it, you're not supposed to get a life. Get a life and live your life, and stop trying to live everybody else's. Because when it's all said and done, let's say if it's a white man and it's a black woman, it don't mean nothing. Guess why? It's all the spirit. That white man gonna go to the dirt. That black woman gonna go to the dirt. What's gonna be holding up on? They spirit. Do you think for 1 minute that spirit gonna be a Hebrew Israelite? No, it's gonna be a spirit. That's it. It's not gonna be black, it's not gonna be white, it's gonna be a spirit. It's not gonna be a nationality. So if y'all gonna hold someone liable for marrying someone white in the flesh, that's what they got y'all bent. This is how they're confusing a lot of people in this religion. They got you bent because they focus on the outer appearance, and y'all done already told y'all, don't let them get you like that. Because if they can get you like that, they got you. They won you. Because everything will be a black and white thing. But let's try to take away all that. Okay, let's tell you what. Let's take up all our flesh. Let's do that. Let's say take away all the flesh. Where is everybody at now? They're in spirit. Oh, wait a minute. Is it a black woman over there and a white man? Is it a black man and a white woman? Is it? No, they're all spirit. So why is y'all going to be caught up in who you are involved with? Because the game is being played on the earth. Heaven don't play that. See, heaven knows if you're for me, then you're not against me. You see? That's why I say, y'all, you don't understand. If you're for me, you can't be against me. It's not what's on the outer man. And see, that's what this Hebrew Israelite movement is playing, the role play of a religion. That's what they done started. And it's based on your outer, which is your flesh, that y'all said is very sinful, wicked, and evil, and disobedient, stiff-necked, and rebellion. Now, if he can hold us accountable for being stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient come our spirit judgment, then we all going to hell. But he going to drop that mess off of us. He's going to drop it off of us. When that flesh go down, it's going to be dropped off, and he going to judge us based on how we got our spirit to control our flesh. And that's what we're going to be judged on, our spirit. So I don't care if they say, when it's going to be this name, this, and it's going to be name. Look, when you finish, Yah was and is, give and gave. Give and gave don't have no color, no nationality, no nothing. Anybody that believes in your Most High Yah and respect him and honor him and follow his command, hey, how can you deny them? You can't. But if you go back to the biblical, you'll read how the Hebrew Israelite always was negative toward the strangers. Always. That's why he made that little law with them. After a certain time, after a certain amount of years, you are to give them, set them free. You see what I'm saying? Or they don't owe you. It's those who are strangers, you guys. See, y'all always, we would make him so unjust if we could. And we are. We are starting a new religion. We making him so negative and so evil and wicked. And he's not that. He's not a man. He's not, when I mean man or human, we can measure him like that. He's not like that. And do you know liberty come to set you free? That's a part of setting you free. Off in regards to all this stupidity that everybody wants you to get caught up in that has to do with your flesh. So it's say for instance you ate pork. Pork is a warning not to eat because what it was created for, and that how it would harm you, your flesh. But you think it's gonna harm your spirit? I don't think so. You see, the spirit is not gonna be full of pork. He's trying to give you a way that when I created this for this, I created this for this. Don't go eat this. You see what I'm saying? That's what he said. We done everything else against what he done said. So what is it that we doing right anyway? But when the Ruach HaKodesh come and live in us, it would chastise us from the spiritual level to our flesh to put away all these things that's not good for us. And guess what it does too? You all didn't know the Ruach hold up the commandment. But that Ruach, he gonna hold it up in your spirit for you. It would come and it would convict you. It would toss and turn you at night when you say something wrong, when you do something wrong, when you think something wrong. That Ruach would come and he would deal with you on that. And that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. That is beautiful. So what I'm saying here is we need to be more so warned of things that's coming up on us. Be very warned, because I'm telling y'all, it ain't going to be the same. Okay. This time next year, I don't know if it's going to be, it's going to continue all the way up until this time next year, but I know it's going to start in January and it's going to be a mess because they got to eliminate the population. They don't think that they didn't have all this planned, you guys. They've been planning this for a long time. They ain't cutting short on nothing. And that's why they want to get it. Like this one, I'll tell you something. This one man at my store say, when that's why they want us to get rid of, let me say, they want to take our gun and take the gun. Ignorant men would think like that. People who don't know the Most High Yah, don't understand that gun, they ain't trying to take your weapons from you. They could care less. What they got prepared for you outweigh any weapon any firepower you can crank up. That's how powerful the beast system is. So if you really, they killing you and you sitting there talking about your guns. How can your gun defeat people who's going to come after you with not a mind? You're going to shoot that one down. What about the other ones that's coming? You see what I'm saying? If you ain't got the gun of the Most High Yah Spirit with Christ, which is all power, walking in you and with you, you messed up from the flow up for sure, because it's coming. And this is what the mindsets of many men, all nationality, is that guns going to protect them. And y'all say, let them alone, Deborah. Let them protect them. I'm coming. And let them see what they're going to do. You see, it's the same mindset as the world. They can do anything they want or how they don't want to, because that's how they feel about guns. And this man say, oh, but that's why they want to take our guns from us so they can control us. Baby, they controlling you with your gun with you. You can have 100 million guns and they still got you locked seriously, y'all. That's just how Sister Deborah just trying to show you the deepness of how it's no escaping what they have planned. You can't win only through the Ruach HaKodesh in Christ's right hand of power. That right hand will knock an army down. That's your gun. You know that? Do y'all know that? That right hand will knock a whole army down. Did he do? Let me tell you, that right hand parted the sea. And our ignorant men sit here and talk about we awakening. You didn't know that, did you? Who you think parted that sea? That was Christ, Yah's right hand. That's his power. That's what that was. You see? Now, you think for 1 minute that same right hand can't knock down 1,000,000 men? That's what we need to be trusting in. That's what we need to be loving on. That's what we need to be getting closer and closer to. The one that can defeat it all and has the power over it all. But no, don't turn to the other side. A lot of our men, they trust in the weapons. They trust in the weapons. They believe that they got, as long as they got their guns and they food and they water, they okay. You okay. You be the first one they coming to, because y'all gonna say, have you tried them over there? Didn't he say that with Job? Have you tried them over there? They got all the weapons. They can start a war with you. Have you tried them? That's how y'all gonna allow it to rumble. Because there are people who have misled people for so many years on these platforms and deceived them by great number, and did not lead them to his bosom, that they may know him for who he is. And he ain't stopped not one of them. He letting them continue, because he knows when the world come after them, hey, wait a minute, have you tried him over there? That's how it's going to be. When everybody thinking that they ain't gonna come my way, they ain't gonna do this, or I got my weapons, I'm out in the woods, and y'all say, no. For so long, you thought you kept yourself. For so long, you think it's about you separating, you got. I never created not Deborah and nobody on the face of the earth for themselves. I created them for me. And if they for me, they are supposed to be busy doing something. And giving someone else. It ain't about us. If the rich was created to be rich just so they can give to the poor, then what is the poor created? To soften the heart of the rich. You see how they meet together and meet the will of the Father? You see, that's the whole ideal of man and woman come together to meet the will of the Father. That's it. Not your will. Not his will, not her will, but the will of the Father are you created for his purpose and his purpose only. Why you say that, Deborah? Because all of it was created before the foundation of the world. It is finished. He was for real when he said it's finished. But see, we didn't know that. We thought it was about a religion. Oh, it's a Sabbath. No, baby, he been finished. And you've been walking it out for quite a long time and ain't got it right yet. That's how bad it is. So our sister Deborah would like to say, anybody in the live chat has something that they want to warn us about? Because you could have a warning too, that he have laid on your heart in vision and dream or whatever. All them guns won't protect him, but you would never get a man on earth to believe that. That man come telling me that, and I said, if you really think that I couldn't even call him the beast, you think that this system is afraid of y'all guns? Y'all some fools. They the one sold them to you. They ain't afraid of your guns. I don't know what people think that the system trying to take away our gun rights and wait a minute. Most of the guns didn't kill human beings for nothing. So y'all said that those that think that they're going to be able to protect themselves, those are the ones that's going to go down. And you can also call them the mighty men, because they think they the warriors. Oh, we got all the weapons. And there's so many Caucasians that put so much firepower under the ground waiting for this. Do you know that as I'm giving you all the warnings here on YouTube, do you all know that the white people have been warned each other and they're preparing for what I'm telling you about? Isn't that deep? They're preparing for the best way they know how to prepare for what the system is about to do. They know it and they prepared. We walking around here killing one another, acting a fool. We won't even tell our sons, come on out of the rain, it's finna storm. Our brothers won't go to the brothers. Look, brother, we need to come out the rain. It's getting ready to storm. They got them out there. Mind's gone. I mean, everything. They don't have a mind. So many things have taken place in these men lives. I mean, it all has to do with the life choice that they have. Y'all say it's nothing no one else done to them, even the oppressor that has caused the minds of our men to be where it's at. It's the disobedience, the rebellion, and stiff neck they had before they got over here. See that? While we sitting here trying to make it somebody else's. That's look in the mirror, y'all, every day. Judge ourselves daily. We need to stop judging everybody else. And y'all said, I put it down here at the bottom. See, I wrote it where he says, talking trash. Stop listening to these people talk trash. And if they talking trash, you have every right to intervene in righteousness, justice, and just. That's what charity is. That is of Yah. Instead of standing around thinking it's okay to listen to them because they know how to speak Hebrew. Oh, they the master of the Torah. Oh, they a man. Or they a woman. Oh, they've been on here 20 years. Y'all better watch it. It's time for you all. You can come out and start going up against what these people are saying. And even Sister Deborah, that's why I say, if you have something, let me know. Let's talk. Let's get it. You think for 1 minute that I would never say that I'm the one. I'm the only one. Y'all have many, and many of you all even come to this live chat are anointed and appointed. And all you coming in here is to do is for Deborah to drop a seed and run on in your race. That's it. That's it. You're not here to sit year after year after year after year with Deborah. You're here to get the seed that Yah is allowing her to drop in you, and you're going to run on and let Yah do the increase. Give him always the glory and the honor. Don't get nobody on this Deborah platform nothing. They ain't entitled to it. Only the Most High Yah and him only. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. And if you want to say in the name of Jesus Christ, you can say that too. Because I realize a lot of y'all don't understand some things. And one thing is this. How you going to take a newfound religion, right? How you going to take Jesus off and keep Christ? How you going to keep the word Christ and take Jesus off? Oh, Jesus is not really Jesus. You know, they did that in biblical days. That's why they was trying to kill him. They didn't want that man because they said, nah, when we accept Christ, if you say you was just Christ and you that's fine. But we ain't accepting you. You just a man. Christ coming with power. See, something about what they knew something that even the people today that say they walking in the light do not know. They knew back then. We are living the lie. We are trying to make right, wrong, right, so we can live it the way we want to in this newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite, or we awakening denomination. But what has happened is we have turned really wrong, wicked, and evil into what we are now today wanting to live and make right. We got to throw all that away. We got to make sure we have a relationship with the Most High Yah. You see, because when I sat there and it was a couple of weeks ago, and the Most High had me to say it because I had never came up with that, and it was like, okay, here it is, Jesus, here is Christ, and here is Jesus. Okay, they want to take Jesus and make it the white man's Jesus, but they want to keep Christ. Want me to tell y'all the truth of the matter? Christ don't hang out with nobody unless the Father allows. Christ is the Father's right hand. So how did Christ exist? And this one is the wrong one to even be labeled as Jesus or as Yeshua. Do that make any sense? If you go to different countries, they're going to call it a different name. Okay? Because the way they pronounce words, first of all. But in this country, here it is, a newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite movement. You kept Jesus. You kept Christ, but you threw away Jesus and said that's the white man. How dare you think that Christ can be upheld and not be able to hold up Christ? Y'all don't get it. Be able to hold up Jesus. If Christ is the right hand power of all power in heavens and on the earth, why would he allow Jesus to be in the midst? Why would Christ uphold Jesus' name so many years? So many years. Why? Because Christ is the power in the heavens and on the earth. It has the power to hold up whomever he wants. He is the Father. So if Christ is the right hand of the Father, and all the Hebrew Israelites, they accept Christ, but they don't accept Jesus, that's where you know there's a sickness, because you have to understand both of those are spirit and they are true. So if you say Jesus Christ, that Christ is the power. That's why I don't allow people who went into the Hebrew religion and then got out and now want to proclaim Christians and, oh, Jesus. No, you can't do that, because Jesus can't stand alone. Oh, no, Jesus can't stand alone. He ain't nobody alone. He has to have Christ. Now, if you say Jesus Christ, then you're good. But if you turn around talking about in Jesus' name, like all the Christians do, in Jesus' name, oh no, you lost, baby, without a cause, because Jesus' name and Jesus himself was the Son of Man. He was the lamb sacrifice, like a man, an angel that was brought lower. Okay? But until y'all say you sit yourself right here until I make that earth your footstool. That was the right hand. That was Christ. You see? And without Christ, Jesus couldn't have completed the mission. But as we live all these 450 years, 400 and thousands of years, and if these people been calling it Jesus Christ, why did Christ let them uphold Jesus? Because Christ knew that it's all spirit and it is true. It's where the heart is when they say Jesus Christ. You see, it's where the heart is, knowing that it's speaking spirit and truth and not the flesh of man. Jesus cannot be represented as the flesh of man of anything, because his mission was connected to Christ. So even if they came up with the word Jesus, hallelujah, somewhere along Christ picked them up and held them for them thousands of years. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't get it. I know you don't get it, but it's deep. But it's so deep to sweet. It letting you know that when he said you come to him, I said example. When you come to the Most High Yah, he said you come to him in spirit and truth. Okay. Okay. When you come to him in prayer, do you know he don't want to hear your mouth in English? You can't talk to him. He said, look, he don't talk to you in English. He don't talk to you in your language. He wants you to come to him spirit. And when you come to him spirit, guess what? You ain't gonna know what you're saying. You see? That just shows you the power of who he is. He's not about all this here homemade religion. You know, he ain't about all that. So he's saying that I'm going to make it this way. Everything gonna be spirit and truth. That's why I tell you all, get to the light. Anyone have anything they want to Yeah. Get right. Get right. Get right. That's what I'm saying. How can we, not only how can we expect somebody else to trust us? When I was at the park, I saw our middle age young men and black pants all the way down to their knees, barely can walk with their legs gap walking. Why would you come in this type of environment? But then the Most High said, but Deborah, they done it unto me. They disrespect me. They profane me. They dishonor me. So who are you? I said, well, Father, it looks so bad. He said, it is. He said, but they've been doing it for years. And no man of their own nation has the balls to correct them. And that's sad because they are like unto them. Okay, like he said, like unto their forefathers. He said they are like unto them. So it's just a lot of that. I just seen all the nationalities out there in the park, and just to see everybody, nobody arguing, no one fussing. Yes, our people was doing some crazy things to make you wonder, how can you be under the name of Yeshua HaMashiach? How could you be founded under Yahuwah? How? Conducting themselves, the women, the way the women were dressed. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. Before my daughter came out the door, she said, Mama, is this outfit okay? I said, yep, that's okay. You see? Because she know I ain't going for that. Yeah, I don't care how old you are. I let them know. I don't care who, what. Just let them know. But they don't have no, it's just like, no, they don't want no, they don't have no correction in them or no. And I'm trying to, I ain't trying to understand this, but I'm trying to see how did they get to the point that they have blamed everybody for themselves and for the way they conduct themselves. When I go into the community and I see the schools, nice schools we had, big old nice high schools and grade schools, nice community, had stores and boarded and trash and everything. You look at all that and you say, now, this right here is sad. How dare you say you awakening? How dare you pull up a newfound religion? We the people, we the Hebrew Israelites, in your community looks the way that it looks. You know why Sister Deborah can say that? And I'm going to tell y'all something. I didn't even get connected to this until the Spirit told me. He said, but they said they built this country. That's what the Spirit told me. But Deborah, they said they built this country. That's what he was saying. Do that make any sense? Our black men said, we built this country. We labored. Our backs built this country. And y'all said, look at the neighborhood. They can't even pick up trash in their front yard. They can't even mow their lawn. They can't keep their streets clean. They can't keep nothing. This is a people identical to what Yah said they are. Now, what's the sad part is about it, and I'm gonna come in a route again, a warning. You ain't going, so get it right now. Get it right, said the Most High Yah. Get whatever it is right, because she ain't going to the promised land. Now, he got a remnant, remnant that he's going to take, but it ain't going to be you. Okay? It's me coming to this devil platform is not just to say what Yah is giving me to say. It's also to see the ugliness in the people from the heavens level. You see, y'all see yourselves as all this and that. But see, I'm seeing it from a heavenly level, because he has me in the wilderness teaching me these things. And when he's teaching me these things, I'm like, wait a minute, why are they doing that? Why are they showing me these things? And I'm trying to figure out, these people messed up on the floor. You see, he wanted me to see what is righteous, justice, and just. Okay? He wanted me to see the people the way that they are and have been to him. Not to the Gentiles, not to the heathens, not to one another, but to him. Remember, he said, when were you hungry? He said, when you done it unto the least of them, you have done it unto me. See, a lot of things we thinking we escaping, because we think we then found we awakening, we found a new religion, Hebrew Israelite. We think we got it going. No, 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 baby. You're going in more darkness than you have ever. Opening up the newfound religion, Hebrew Israelite movement, and the new awakening is more darkness in your life. It is vain and it is vax, because none of it is waking you up to spirit and truth. It's just waking you up to more stupidity, more things to get on here and get dedicated to, because they're taking this here. But the beast is on his way for that. So I'm telling you, he's coming. And it's going to go worse and worse, to where people are going to just kind of give in to their ways and what they're doing in great numbers. And I'm going to show you how messed up it is from the floor. While we sit here talking about our people, we the people, and this and this and this and that. Do you know that a large number of our people have taken the vax, the shot? And guess who coached them? Their own people. The system have got our own people to go up against us, okay, to teach us to do, to get, and to do this, and to do that, and to do this. And that's how we are all, a large number of us took the shot. It's because our own people, just like now, our own people on these platforms, they ain't leading you to nothing. They ain't trying to give you the best of the best, meaning leading you to the bosom of Yah. They got you thinking that because they're reading the book and they precepting. But when you really listen to them, you can hear the gang banging, the gang banging. But like with me, I tell you, just straight up from the floor up, get your tails together and get it right. And you better get on it now. We don't have the time in which we think we have. We really don't, y'all. And I'm telling you, because who said that the time that we do have is going to be on your time? You can be dead tomorrow. Anything can happen. You can go to sleep a week from now. So they manipulate us to believe that we're going somewhere. And who said that? Everybody's day in and out is numbered. So telling these people they're going to the promised land, that doesn't even make any sense if you really think about it. Y'all said, get yourself together today and let tomorrow take care of itself. It's about preparing yourself each day, but let each day take care of its own day, not wait a week from now, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Let it take care of itself, because it's going to, whether you know it or you like it or not. Okay, and someone says because the white Jesus, they gave the world. Okay, the white Jesus. Okay, how did Christ hold up Jesus then? See, what you don't understand is this. If it's the white Jesus, why was the power with it? Now, you got to understand, you're not going to find a Hebrew Israelite man that deny Christ. They deny Jesus. They deny Peter, Paul. They deny a lot of them, but they ain't none of them going to deny Christ. Why? Because something they don't really understand why. But let me kind of explain it. Because Christ is the power. It's Yah's right hand. Now, if this right hand allow white Jesus to stand with it for 1,000 years, why? Stand with it 1,000 years. For what? Come on now. Think, y'all. Because it's not what they said it is. It is power. It is spirit, and it is truth. It is not the white man Jesus. It is not the white man Christ. Now, just kind of digest that. If everybody except Christ, okay, and no one except Jesus, well, why did Christ accept Jesus walking side by side with it? It's the power of Yah. You see how we think Yah is like a man? Because we think we put him in the category of a man. Christ is the power. So why would he allow Jesus to walk side by side with him for so many years? Come on, y'all, talk to me. Why? Because in Hebrew, Jesus is Yeshua. American don't speak Hebrew. See, it's a lot of stuff that's deep. But because a newfound religion has come in and has deceive many and manipulate many, but Yah promised me that that would happen. He said, Deborah, what did it say? A great falling away. There it is. It's been going on for quite some time. And with the stiff-necked rebellion and disobedient people, it's going to always be, because that's who they are. And I think we as a people, we really need to look in a mirror at ourselves and really see who we are, because we're looking in all the wrong places. We're putting ourselves somewhere we are not. And we should not, and we won't put ourselves. Well, why? Let me ask y'all something. Well, why can't we mimic Yeshua HaMashiach? Why can't we show the ways of Yah? Somebody, why ain't we showing the ways of Yah? Gave, righteous, just, and justice. Why ain't we showing that fruit? Why ain't we representing that? They ain't going to. I can talk a million years, they won't do it. And this is what Yah lays on my heart. And that's why he constantly saying, Deborah, this need be. It's like I'm telling you, I saw this from heaven before the foundation of the world. So don't come here thinking that what I give you and I show you, I'm not giving you and showing you this just so you can think that's going to change these people. No, It's just when they stand before me, I ain't got no more mercy for them. I let them know there's not going to be any mercy. Everything going to flash before them. And I, Sister Deborah, would be one. Something that I have said will flash before you, because Yah has given me things that I have said on this Deborah platform that I know that it's no mess around. It's sincere. So he's saying that it's what we call crossing your T's and dotting your I's. That's what he's saying. But it don't mean that, hey, you all in there. No. He's just making sure everything that he has when you stand before him, he ain't gonna say a word as far as arguing and fussing and saying you do. No. It's gonna flash before you. Boom, get out of here. That's it. I never knew you. So what are you talking about? A lot of them scared to lose what they have. You think so? Yep, you are so right. That fear, that's why I said, do you hear that fear will get you? I don't care what, even me, I ain't gonna lie about it. That fear, and like the Most High said, the first stage, the first three is 666. The first three was the first one is fear and control. But that fear will get you, won't it? Oh, yeah, you're right. Satan is very clever and the father of lies. That's right. It's more about who he is in the spirit. Very good. That is wonderful. And you see how you said it? Just plain. That you see that? Just plain. And that's what you call, and you nailed it with spirit and truth. There it is. You made it just as plain, and just because that's just what it is. It's just that. That's why he said liberty set you free, so you don't have to be lining up these things to manipulate and deceive people. Because you do you know what you're doing? You're putting people in captivity. Oh, you have to match this and this. You got to hold this command. You can't hold no commandment. I can't hold no commandment, but the Ruach HaKodesh in me that's greater can hold it up in me. See, we want to give this flesh this power. And that's why people don't want to shut this flesh down and serve him in spirit and truth. Because they want that power out of the flesh. And that flesh only likes to walk in darkness. It do not want to come into the marvelous light. Now about Chicago, did you hear about what? Did you hear that? Did you see what those people, our people, was doing? So how can somebody have respect for us? I don't get it. I just don't get it. How is it that the Most High would allow all this to be seen of a people? How? And they think that they're awakening. They're thinking they're the people. I just don't get it. One lady, I mean, it's just so many. Y'all just don't know. It's just so much on there. It's just so much on there. And it now it don't make it right because the beast always putting us up there and showing what we doing. You know what I'm saying? But what if we flip it, y'all, and we do the things that pleases y'all? You see? Then will the beast have something to show? No. You see? Now, does that make any sense, y'all? You see the point? If we would do the opposite of what is hate, negative, violent, destructive, evil, and wicked, and we start doing the things to be a representative of Yah, will the beast have anything to show? No. You see, that's what Yah was saying when he asked me. He said, Deborah, but are they doing these things? And I said, yeah. He said, well, if they doing it, then what is it that's wrong for them to show what we're doing? The more somebody show you you're wrong, the better you should correct it, or the better you should get. Why is it our people get worse and worse and worse? I'm talking about all of that. All that just took place. It took place yesterday, and all that stuff that's going on today among our people. And you don't hear not one Hebrew Israelite leader on these devil platforms coming on here saying, not even GOCC, nobody, because they're caught up in their own group, y'all. Why they got, you know what? I did a video saying, stop labeling yourself Hebrew Israelites, and you got to get out of that, because look at each group, even those that's in their family, they separate themselves from y'all. You see what I'm saying? They separate from the subscribers. They separate themselves from you all. Look at the GOCC. Look at Pastor Dow. And many on these devil platforms. They separate themselves from y'all. You know why? They know you all are not doing what is righteous, and nor are they. Even Josh, their organization, everybody is separating themselves. Y'all didn't call them to do that. I know in their hearts they feel, no. You know why? They don't want none of the heat. They want to be able to just take a group of people and call them their people, and call them their group, and call them their organization, they the name of their church, and that's it. That is not of Yah. He didn't tell them to go to highways and byways. He are not sending nobody to form their own group. And that's where you know that we are a people that's messed up on the floor. He did not call us to do that, child. He did not have us. He don't want us to form our own little group. Because listen, look at how many people that Moses brought out. Look at how many people that David led. Look at how many people that Abraham led. Look at how many people that Isaac and Jacob. These people didn't have no small amount. You see what I'm saying? These people had many people with them, following them as a whole. These people on this devil platform, they want the platform so they can get that little check to keep getting your subscribers and your attention. And they want to call you in on this platform, but don't really have nothing to do with you. That's what he was telling me earlier when he told me put on there talking trash. That's why they can get on here and talk trash. But then when they got their own group over here, and their organization over here, and their family over here, they ain't talking trash to them, but they giving you trash because they need you to subscribe and like. But all of the trash they giving you have nothing to do with y'all. But they give their little group, GEOCC, Pastor Dow. You don't hear Pastor Dow them leaving that that form they on, that coat they on, and going into the highways and byways in big groups, helping people, giving people, and doing for people, out there ministering. No, they ain't gonna do that, because everybody wants you to think that it's about you coming to them and being on their platform and they leading you from a distance. That's how they doing it. They want to run you from a distance and tell you what to eat, what to say, when to shut up, when to talk, whoop this a polygamy on you, control you, tell you how to dress. You got to let it go, y'all. You got to let it go. Y'all has never told you nothing about a denomination. Never. And that's what they're forming. They forming their own little denomination, and they setting it up the way that they want. They need to set their butts up while they got these women wrapped in these long clothes and their head wrapped up. They need to send their butts out along with them and start ministering to the less fortunate. Because the ones the less fortunate has something for you. They have something for me. And I done told you all that. As soon as I hit Atlanta, I was out in the streets, feeding the hungry, the hungry, on the corners, talking to basically males under the bridge, sitting down there talking to them, bringing them food, bringing them Bibles, just sitting there talking to them, just hearing. They minister to you guys. Let me tell you, they minister to me. Oh, you talking about it. So if you think for 1 minute that the people of the Most High is on these devil platforms, talking about we the Hebrew Israelites, and we are waking. No, baby, they on the highways and byways waiting for you. And you waiting for them. And when you go out there and you start talking to them, you be like, what? It'll blow your mind. I remember this police pulled up and asked me, ma'am, what are you doing out here? I said, what do you mean? And it was like 3 people I was talking to. They was homeless. They had been out. This one lady said she had been out there for 40 years. And her mother had died. And since then, she'd been out there. But you talking about spiritual. Oh, my God. I could sit back and listen to them people. I mean, I would listen to them before I listen to these people on this devil platform. I'm going to be real with you. I'm just saying to you, the reality of all this mess is that we're missing the point. We're missing the whole overall of what is actually taking place. We're sitting here getting fed by people who trying to get a check from the devil's hand. Right hand, the beast's hand on these platforms. They're not giving us what we need spiritual. So when someone has said to me, well, what, my family member, so should we just give to the no. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Anything you do, let your heart lead you. And when I say your heart, your ruach. Let the ruach of the Most High that's abide in you, let them lead you. It'll tell you, give this person. And I'm gonna tell you what it does to me sometimes. It'll tell me to give and then tell me what that person is going through. That's how beautiful Yah has been to me in my life. And he'll say give. And when Yah tell me to give, it's always an amount. He don't say, like, if I try to cut out on that amount, he'll say, what did I tell you to give him? Give him something so he can get him a meal. Get him something so he can get him a coat. Give him something. You know what I'm saying? That's how Yah does it. He don't just say, give him $1. Give him 50 cents. And it's a spiritual led. See, that's another thing. We just don't want to give him what he's due. We don't want to just listen to that spirit tell us and lead us and guide us and show us how to walk in him, how to love on him. We should be trying to love on Yah by loving on others. You see what I'm saying? And what is love? Give and gave. That's just how easy it is. And like I told y'all, I know I shouldn't be saying this, but did y'all know that that's the part of me I think that my children do not like about me? And that's the part of them they don't care for. Because my mama have always been there to give and gave. Always. And they feel convicted, I believe. That's the way I believe it. Because they figure, okay, if I ask mama for this, she'd give it to me. And now I feel bad, because I'm always asking and she always giving. And I'm always in need and she always there. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand. And that's why I'm preparing 6 stacks of cards. All I'm going to say the same. And guess what I'm coming from? all the scriptures that tells what give and gave is, so they can understand what love really is. See, because we messed up on the floor, especially on these platforms. We don't understand. These people on these platforms is a distance from you all. They could care less about you and if you are walking in spirit and truth. But they ain't gonna do their family like that. They ain't gonna do their academy like that. They ain't gonna do their cult or their group, their camps. No, 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 no. They give them different than they give you. They give you enough for you to run behind them and keep subscribing and like, because you're making them get a check from the beast's right hand. And they loving that. So that's why you wonder why they have to keep on pouring out information that's going on in the world. It's because they're trying to reach a goal to get their check. Now, what kind of stuff is that? When y'all sit and said what you supposed to be doing for me, why ain't y'all out on the highway and byway? Why ain't y'all doing for the less fortunate? And why ain't y'all giving to someone else that's in need? No, they ain't gonna do that. They ain't coming out of their zone, their comfort zone. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. And I honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I do it all day, even when I'm in my store. My son said, "Mama, why are you letting that man have that? Why are you giving him that? Why?" That stuff is vain and vax to me. It means nothing. What means something to me, if someone is looking at me and I'm looking at them in a certain way in their eyes, I'm reading them. I'm reading their eyes, and they are in need. This little trash that I got don't mean nothing. If they in need for it, take it. It's yours. This stuff come and go, y'all. It don't mean nothing. All this stuff going to pass away. We got to be about our Father's business. We need to start representing Yah in his purest form. Representing Yah in his purest form. That's what we need to do. And not be about all this old stuff that don't mean nothing. And another thing about it, I think I need to go back to what I have always done, and that is be out on the streets. And my youngest daughter said, "Mom," because she's real good with the camera and interviewing people. She said, "I'm going to get a camera and I'm going to start interviewing you, talking to people out on the streets." Because I think you all need that. I think you really need to. And I think I'm going to go in and do that. I think that's a good idea. So you all can really understand those that are out there and how they have something to offer. Just because we see them on the streets and they homeless or no. They there for a reason. They waiting for you. And you waiting for them. You don't know you waiting for them, but you are, because that's why they on the streets. You see, that's how y'all rumble. And he always, from the beginning all the way to the end, he always rumble like that. And that's the way it's gonna always be. Always gonna be that way. Okay, let's see here. Yep, love on others. And don't put no color between it. Don't let none of that get you. Just love. Love is to give and give. Did he tell you the love was a color? No, love is not a color. Righteous and justice and just is not a color. My people. Say for instance, you say that you are attacked by others for give and gave, giving and loving. Okay. Maybe you need to go at it at a different way of thinking it. And when you go at it thinking it, start to feel it down here. It's something inside. It's just take this flesh off. It's a spiritual thing. Try giving and loving as if you're representing Yah. Put your mind frame in, okay, this is you, Father. You want me to give and you want me to love. But see, love and giving is the same thing, except for we in this world call it love. Y'all call it give and gave. That's why everything that he has done was given and gave. Okay. And it is what you call true, what we think love is. That's what love is in Yah. Praise the Most High Yah, God of the Spirit and truth. I like that. And a lot of people think that to give and to give somebody is something, out of their pockets. Well, maybe we need to give something that we hold so dear to, you know? Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I can't, honestly, I'm gonna tell you like it is. I can't afford to not. I got six, you see? And because I already know it, because he have taught me and trained me so to give all my life since I was a little girl. When my kids, they ain't kids, they're adults now. Any situation they get in, y'all always make sure somebody take care of them. Always, always. And I always think about that. I said, Father, you some sort of creator. I'm telling you, are something else. I mean, I thank you. And I'd be like, oh, thank you for making sure they get home. Thank you for pulling them out of this danger. Thank you. Just always. Like all of them was in the house. And my ex-husband had left to go to the store and left the house. Really could have been on fire. And all of them, they came out. It was loaded with smoke. They didn't know what to do. But the way they told me about it and the way they was describing it, is that, Mama, that should have been our life right there. That should have been it. Too much smoke was in the house. We would have never got out. But see, that's what I'm saying. Y'all will keep you in the midst of a storm or in the midst of turmoil. He'll always be there to keep you. But just if we can just learn to just walk in him and trust him. Yeah. Oh yeah. See that love is. I'm glad you said that. See, love. What happened is, I'm gonna give you that. It's been almost. It's probably been about a month now. I had been nitpicking with y'all about what is love. What is this love you got? What is this love? What is this love? So all of a sudden, and I have, even as a young person, always questioned him about love. But I was in the car and he said, now you want to know what love is? I said, no, no, no. And I was driving with my hand on my elbows on the wheel. Nope, I don't want to know. I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I turned the music up. Like, I don't want to know. Because at that moment, I felt I wouldn't be able to master it. If he told me it, I would be afraid that I couldn't master it. But did you know throughout the day, he shared it with me and told me what love was? And then he said, I need you to go back and everything that has to say anything about me, notice it was give and gave. And I said, wait a minute. I went into the scripture and I was like, wait a minute. Everything in here is connected to give and gave. He said, that's what love is. That's what I was telling you in the car. Love is give and gave. Nothing no more than that. Even when he created the earth, he gave everything down here to us. Did not he give them everything they needed? To Adam and Eve, didn't they have everything? Because he gave it to them. Then what he gave them? He gave them the breath of life. And they become a what? A living spirit. Wasn't that given? What was that spirit you talking about, Deborah? What you mean a living spirit? Yeah, he gave them his image. His image is a spirit. And he gave them an image of himself, which is a spirit for their flesh. Okay? So not only did he give them his breath that breathed in, his spirit, which is his image. Okay? This flesh ain't his image. Being a Negro ain't his image. All that is vain and vast. It's what's in you that is his image. Everything he did, he gave it. He turned around and say, okay, Deborah, didn't I say that I gave my only begotten? I gave everything that I done, it's connected to give and gave. So the world calls it love. He calls it give and gave. Why? Now, this is what you understand. That's why people converted it to where it's not doing what we are supposed to do. You see? Remember, he said he gave 1, 10, he gave 1, I think 5, he gave 1 talent. He gave, you see, everything that he's consist of. And then he turned around and said, didn't I tell man to love his wife like Christ loved the church? And how did he love the church? He gave his life. All of it is he connected love to gave his life. You see? That's what he's telling me. I loved by giving my life. I gave it. That's love. While we're thinking love is one thing, and guess what? It made us not do what we're supposed to do. And what is that? Give and gave. So when we run around here and wonder why these men can't love us like we need to be loved, that's why. They missed it. And they still missing it. It's about give and gave. That's why Sister Deborah just got you saying to you all, these people be on this platform feeding you all this Torah and all this Hebrew and all this, precepts and all this old stuff. But what are they really giving and gave you? What? Oh, they did. I forgot. Yes, they did. They gave you a newfound religion called the Hebrew Israelite movement, and they gave you what it believes in, and that is the New Awakening. That's it. And they go from there, teaching and deceiving you from there. But they don't really give you. Remember, he said, come judgment, he want us to, he said, due to the widows, the orphanage, and the fatherless. What do those three have in common? They don't have a male in the family. All three of those, the widow is missing a husband, the orphanage is missing a father and a mother, but it's a father, and let's say a mother in there, but the fatherless is missing a what? A father. So you got three that's missing what? A male. Okay. He said, get busy. Start giving and gave. Whether it's your time, your energy, your conversation, your handwork. You can give money. You can give material items. But he just letting you know it's all about what you give. And it don't mean $1. It's mean what comes out of your heart when you're performing it and when you're handing it over. You're taking it, and when you're handing it over, stop thinking it's you. Just say, I got somebody I'm representing. I'm representing someone that's higher than me, above me. This is why I must do this. He said, if you ever want to figure out where I'm at, I was hungry. You didn't feed me. I was out there. You didn't take me in. I was in prison. You didn't visit me. I was in the hospital. You didn't visit me. When were you? Y'all done told us where he at, and we don't want to go nowhere but on YouTube, Patriot, and Facebook, and all this stuff on this devil platform. We don't want to go to none of the places that he told them, hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. Come over here. Visit me. Oh, I need some food. I'm homeless. I need some food. You know, no, we don't want to go over in those areas. We want to go on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, and Patriot, and say we represent Yah. Ain't gave you nothing. Ain't gave you nothing. They ain't gave you nothing. And you still run on here like they're giving you a full meal deal. That's because you're still loaded in darkness. You can't see that you're not getting anything. Yah is to give and gave. The world calls it love. That's why you guys, have you ever wondered how somebody love you and beat you? Because it's a sick love. All this here love. How can a father love his son and his daughter and he molesting them? That's not love, y'all. That's not love. What's the opposite of love is hate. That's how the devil can get many people to go in that area. But No one wants to go in giving and gave to represent the love of Yah. So they took love and pushed it to the side and didn't define it with give and gave. So that's why ain't nobody giving nobody nothing and haven't gave nobody nothing. They run around here talking about reparation. You need to give and gave. You'll tell someone sit down and represent Yah. He said you're supposed to be the light. You're supposed to shine. How are you shining? Acting a fool out on these streets? Men walking around with their pants on their knees and then you gonna talk about you awakening. What have you awakened if you ain't waking that is not representing Yah? So what are you awakening to? Stupidity. That don't represent Yah. Women dressing the way that they dressing out here don't make no sense. You ain't representing Yah. But then tell me, we the people. Get away from that. Be the people in Yah. Let that light shine. So Sister Deborah, I know I took it too far because I was just supposed to give the warning and I said in 2 hours and I wasn't planning on, but it's just so much I had to cover. So Sister Deborah would say, I'll be back again this day. And I will say I appreciate everyone coming on to the live chat. And I will be back. So I will say today, be blessed. I know that you will. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, be blessed. Shalom and shalom. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody in the live chat. Bye-bye.